Hey guys, new Pokémon Snap just released, and honestly, the game is amazing. I'm completely addicted to it already. It definitely brings back the nostalgia of the original Pokémon Snap game, but it has a lot of new content too. For those of you who are worried about not having enough to do in this game, trust me, it's absolutely jam-packed full of content, and I've been having a ton of fun with it too. From a bunch of different missions to do, to tons of areas to visit, and loads of Pokemon to photograph, this game is super relaxing. I wanted to share some tips and tricks with you guys that you should know about new Pokémon Snap to help you through your gameplay. So if you're excited for this video, be sure to leave a like, and of course be sure to subscribe for more content. Of course, new Pokémon Snap is all about taking photographs of Pokémon, and the professor is going to rank your photographs at the end of each photo taking session. He's going to rank them based on a bunch of different things like pose, size, direction, placement, other Pokemon in the frame, and also the background as well. So there are a bunch of different factors which can determine how many stars you'll get. For each Pokemon, you'll have 4 categories for them, the 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and 4 star, so make sure you get a photo for each. That's why if maybe your first photograph of a Pokemon that you take isn't that great and you only get 1 star for it, like I was the first time I took the photos, don't worry too much, because you're going to want to fill up each category anyways, so it's not too disheartening if you only get 1 star or 2 stars on your photos. I really feel like it's worth mentioning that if you hold the A button during this process where the professor is ranking all your different photos, it'll actually speed things up drastically, which can be really handy. If it's your first time visiting an area, you might have a ton of different photographs to share with him, so it's a really good idea to press this button if you're not the type of person who wants to wait through and watch all of that dialogue and all the screens go by slowly. Personally, I don't mind too much because it's a new game and I'm just enjoying seeing everything for the first time, but I will admit after a while it can get a little bit tedious, especially if you have sent him a ton of photos, so I definitely recommend speeding things up if you feel like that. Something that's quite small and not a lot of people might notice that I really wanted to point out is that there is actually the ability to skip cutscenes quite a few times. You might not be able to skip literally everything, but oftentimes the skip button will appear in the top right corner of the screen. All you have to do is press the plus on your controller, and that will allow you to skip the cutscene, which honestly can be really handy. I definitely recommend it if you're not a fan of going through all the cinematics, though they are beautiful to be honest with you. You can also skip some tutorials like this, which might be great if you already know lots about the game. So, you know, up to you when you want to use it, but it's there if you do. Like I mentioned with rankings earlier, the more variety you've got in your photograph, the better. So if you can catch Pokemon doing really cool poses or doing things that you don't typically see them doing all the time, like maybe they're jumping or flying around, or something like that, doing a crazy activity on the map, like for example you can see Bidoof carrying some logs quite often to make their dam, that's the time that you want to take the photograph. These instances, especially instances where they're surrounded by other Pokemon, are going to net you the most points, so I highly recommend taking your photos at that point. Another tip I wanted to get in terms of going on explorations and taking photos is that it's very likely that on your first time you will miss something. There is no harm in going backwards and forwards, checking out the level multiple times so you can catch every little detail. Some Pokemon are going to be a lot trickier to find, so you're going to want to check out these levels again and again. By doing so, you'll also be able to level up in each one, so that's definitely a goal that you should aim towards in the game. I've personally found some Pokemon that I didn't even see at all the first time around, and it just feels like there's so much to discover and see in this game, so it's really worth going through multiple times. Additionally, as you level up within each of these little exploration courses, you're going to get new research titles for doing so that are kind of relevant to the course that you just went on. So if you want to unlock all those titles and you're like a completionist, like I mentioned, definitely go through because you can get a ton of different titles in this game, which you can display to other players online. I also wanted to mention that there are a surprising amount of options in the settings menu that you may want to look through. There are some really good settings changes here which could make the gameplay experience a little bit better for you, so I highly recommend having a look through the settings menu. I know a lot of people will just do this anyways, but honestly it can be easy to forget that it's there, so it's definitely worth having a look and customizing those settings to your needs. I wanted to mention that as you go through the game, you're going to unlock more tools which can help make your photographs and interactions with Pokemon even better. If you don't have everything right away, then honestly, don't worry, you're gonna unlock it at some point. Just keep playing through the levels and leveling up, and you'll definitely unlock every single tool that you need to get the absolute best photos possible in the game. A cool feature that you're going to unlock at some point is the scanning feature. You unlock it pretty early on into the game, but it is such a useful tool. It'll really help you discover things that you might have missed otherwise that might be kind of hard to see, especially certain Pokemon and objects on the map. So definitely use that scanner tool as much as you possibly can. This tip might seem kind of obvious, but I thought it was worth pointing out. When there's something new to do or somewhere new to visit on your map, you're going to see a little exclamation point above the area where there's something new going on. So for example, I've got 2 new areas to explore on the map currently. They've both been updated so I can go visit somewhere new. And that little exclamation mark is gonna pop up to let me know that there's new content there. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you're looking for new things to do. So I really hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at these 10 tips and tricks for new Pokémon Snap. Like I mentioned, I really love this game so far, and I'm excited to see what people discover about it now that it's released. Hopefully we may even be able to see some updates for the game in the future. If we do, I'll definitely be sure to talk about it on this channel. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and catch you in the next one for more Nintendo content.